What is happening, people? Welcome back. You join me at Northlands. It's a little park lake. Now the reason why I'm here is because my mate Tom, that was with us on the social at Chelmsford, he's decided to come over here. He's got a month away from work, so he's decided to come over here for a weekend, caught the biggest fish in the lake, and they give him a 3 months worth of fishing for nothing. So I was going to go on the res, but he said come down here for 24 hours before I go to work tomorrow. I've got here early. It's bank holiday. I've got here at 5 in the morning. So yeah, we are going to currently get the gear out of the car and go and get set up next to Tom. So when it gets a bit lighter, I'll show you the swim. So guys, you join me on the lake at Northlands. Now this is a park lake, and my mate Tom's been here for what, 14 nights now. He's had quite a few fish out. He's had the biggest fish out in the lake, hence why he's fishing here for so long, because if you get the biggest fish out in the lake, you get a month's worth of fishing for nothing. It's not expensive. I think Tom said it was £12 for 24 hours for 3 rods. So yeah, we're gonna come over it. Well, we're over here for just a 24-hour session because I've got work in the morning, so I will be packing up quite early. But yeah, so Tom's been advised by the bailiff to use helicopter rigs because it's quite silty out there. So I've got one on a helicopter rig at the moment. That's obviously because my rod was already set up for that, and the other 2 rods I've put on solid bags. Now I am going to change them at some point. I'm going to put some bait out. I've got a kilo of Parker-based chops with me, the OG fish, but there's a bit of fizzing on one of my spots at the moment. I've just had a beep, so I'm going to leave it for the moment and hopefully that rod goes off. But yeah, it's currently, Tom's just had Tom's on. You in? Tom? Pretty sure he'll shout over to me if he's on. But yeah, can't remember what I was saying now. Yeah, so I've got a kilo of the chops with me. I've got some boilies, so I'm going to knock a little mix up, bit of sweet corn, and yeah, I'm going to get that out on a spot. It's predominantly, I had a lead around. It's predominantly silty in most places. Only had a quick lead around for 20 minutes. I just wanted to get the rods out really. But yeah, we're going to persevere, and I will get back on the camera a bit later. Hopefully we have a carp. Yeah, it's nice to be back out on the bank, and I'll catch you guys in a bit. What I thought I'd do is quickly just show you where I'm fishing. So I am currently 6 wraps out, and my marker is that tree there. That's the 2 rods that you see there, and then the 3rd rod is literally just underneath all these reeds here, just down here. So yeah, all 3 are on helicopter setups because it is very silty all over the lake. But what I might do is I might change that rod that's underneath there. I might put a solid bag back on that because it's silty, but it's not, the silt isn't as deep as it is further out in the lake. I've just used the pre-tied ones from Calder because I've just come back to make them up myself. And they've gone out at 6.5 wraps, and I've put what, 10 spoms over the top of them. I'm probably going to spom the rest of that bait out later, but for the time being I'm going to sit on my hands and hopefully catch one of these park lake carp. So guys, I had a little sleep. Was sitting there watching something on Netflix and just drifted off, and then Tom came around and said, "Bill, you awake?" Nothing's really happened for anyone on the lake, so we're not doing anything wrong, so to speak. Just not catching, no one's catching. So I'm going to change it up a little bit. I'm going to go for a snowman presentation on one of the rods. I'm going to go for a spinner rig on one of the other rods, and then I might whack on a solid bag. Because solid bag always usually pull me in at least a fish, at least one fish. So, well, not always, but the majority of the time I go fishing, I always catch on a solid bag. That's why I love them so much. But yeah, so I might, it's now 20 past 4. So I'm going to get that done, and might get the dinner on. So we've only got halloumi cheese and ravioli or soup for dinner. Didn't bring the kitchen sink this time. But yeah, got work in the morning. Fingers crossed we can have a carp out before I have to get up for bloody work. But we shall see. Ain't called blanking carpets for nothing, are we? Oh guys, the sun's shining with me mates. Happy days. Although I've not seen no signs of any fish coming up to the top. So I'm desperate to see one sign, and that's it, I'll get a surface rod out. Yeah, I don't want to throw any floaters in or any mixers, because if I do, then it's going to attract the birds, and the birds are just going to start diving everywhere. So I'm very reluctant to do that, although I do want to. I might throw a load in Tom's swim when he goes toilet in a minute, and see how they react to it. But yeah, definitely would come back here again. Here he is, look at the size of him, look, he's like a fucking giant. So guys, there is no one on the lake apart from us now. So it's just me, Tom, and Tom's missus has come over. Yeah, lake's empty, so I've changed it up a little bit. So I've gone for a solid bag on the middle rod. Left hand rod is on a helicopter setup. A little snowman presentation. And then the other one is just on a small spinner rig. So let's get that in the drink. So we're going to have 2 out on the spot, and then the other one I don't know if to punt it out into the middle of the lake or put it in this little bay and have it as my right hand rod. So I think I'm going to go down here, and then later on tonight I'll move it out into the centre. When you stick a load of floaters out and let them drift into your mate's swim so the birds keep diving on his spot. I think they've cleared them all up now. So guys, we are still blanking. Fucking bikes. Yeah, it was a last minute decision last night to come here. I was going to go to the res, but I thought let's try somewhere new, try and keep the new content rolling rather than just fishing the members' lakes. Yeah, it's a tough one. Tom's had 7 fish out in 15 nights, so it is a hard lake, so to speak. But yeah, if we have one out, we'll get on the camera. If not, I'll be up at 5 o'clock packing up for work. But yeah, either way, I'll see you in the morning. Good morning, people. I've woke up late, so I'm going to get in trouble at work, but it is what it is. I'm going to do myself a quick cup of coffee, and then start getting all of this crap packed up. Yeah, it's another blank. Bit defeating, but it is what it is. Should have gone on to the res, but I didn't. I listened to Tom and come over here onto this scabby little park lake and blanked. But yeah, no one else is caught, so I don't feel too bad. Right, I better get this lot packed up, put in the car. Oh, I'll see you guys in the next one. So guys, the session has not ended for me. I went all the way to work to find out my clearance. I work, little bit of information for you. I'm a mechanical heating supervisor, and my clearance form was run out, so I was unable to get into the building. So I ended up going home, sat there with the missus and thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm going over to Hadley and gonna see if we can do some surface fishing, see if we can get a couple out on the top. Now the canoeists are in on the res, so I'm going to go onto the small little pilgrims lake I was on with Leah and Liam, have a little bit of fun on there, and then at 4 o'clock hopefully move on to the res when the canoeists come off of it. So there's one car in the car park, we're just entering the car park, and I don't think that person is fishing, so we are going to get down there. Hopefully there's no one there and we have the lake to ourselves and we get a couple out. But I'm going to go and get a drink and then come and get the gear out of the car. So I'll see you back on the camera in a bit. So I'm back down the smaller lake. This is the one that Liam and Leah was in. I've come into the same swim that they was in because it gives me most of the water. I can access most of the water from this swim. So I'm gonna get some floaters out and hopefully they nab one. There's one milling around on the surface just down here. So I'm gonna get the equipment set up and hopefully we nab him. As I said, it's only for a few hours, just get bending the rod, and then hopefully move on to the bigger lake when the canoeists get off. So. I'll wrap quickly and then get it back for you. Nice little perfect common. Happy days. Save me a blank. Let's get it back and hopefully we get a couple more before we move on to the bigger lake. Let's get it back. Right guys, a little short session done. It's now 4 o'clock, we've just gone 4. So the canoeists are off of the res. So I'm going to literally pop over there now and see if there's anything on the top over there. We had the one little fish out. So I was using a chop down pop-up, like a dark reddy brown sort of colour to try and mix in with the Parker Baits floaters. They was coming up to it, kissing it, and then just spooking off. So I changed over to a white pop, like sort of like a milky white pop-up, and yeah, had one straight away, which was the little common that you see. And then after that, literally I've only been down here about half an hour. So we had the one out. Now we're going to pop over to the res and see if we can have any out off of the top over there. Right guys, so I've been around half of the lake, can't see nothing on top. I had one milling around in one swim, was taking a couple off the top, and then it just disappeared as soon as I got the rod out. But yeah, I'm going to now go into that far corner where, if you remember on the last video that we've done here, we caught black spot. So that's where I'm going to go now. So guys, it's just not happening. I've thrown half a bucket of floaters in various places and they're just not taking them. I had that one down the far end, having a little munch, but it spooked off as soon as I got into the swim. Other than that, I'm gonna go and check out the lagoon, the gem. So I'm gonna go and check that out and see if anything is on the top down there. I doubt it, but it's worth a look while we're here. Other than that, I need to rethink my angling. I think I might have to go into a runs water, get a few fish under my belt, get my confidence back, because it just don't seem to be happening at the moment. Yeah, nothing really much else to say. I'll catch you down there if there's any fish on the top. If not, this is it. I'll see you on the next one.